Hello? Hello? Excellent. How's the camera quality? Is it okay? It doesn't matter. Um, Welcome back. I'm on YouTube this time. That's what I want. Give me that. Yes, give me that. Okay. So I need. Okay. The plan. Currently at school for video game design, and I want to start putting the things I'm learning into practice. Because if I just do them in class and I don't do them out in the real world, how am I going to get practiced? How am I going to get better? So I'm going to. I am going to try and start making things outside of class so I can get better at making things. Simple. So my plan. Hang on. I'm going to just think. Um, Help. Why isn't this working? Wrong. That's not the one. Hang on. Everyone stop. Everybody hold your horses. Ah. Ah. There you go. Okay, so the plan is to make more stuff so I can get better at making stuff. And so what I'm going to do is follow the philosophies of one of my professors. What he likes to do is create already existing things, but simplify them down to their basic structures. So what we've done in the past is we've made games like Galaga, but with cubes, and we've made games like Lethal Company, but with cubes. Because when you open up a new project in Unity, it's just cubes. So it's how we're doing things is all you have to do is make the thing, and you can make the thing better later. But first, you have to make the thing. So my idea is right. We're going to make a thing, and eventually we'll make it better. So, excuse me. I have open here a document for my old classes of making a concept for a game, or like an outline for the sort of thing. And what we are going to do is we are going to come up with a really cool idea, and we're going to make a game, which is going to be super nice because it'll help me grow my skills, and it will put, I don't say put my name out there because it sounds a little pretentious, but we are going to do our best. My idea for starting out is basically, I think I want to do, because this is one of my first games by myself, is a simple mobile game, because I don't intend to be a mobile game developer, but I think it's a good place to start for sure. I want to do a simple mobile game like, oh goodness, there's a game on the App Store from the Amazing World of Gumball called Sky Streaker. Hang on. Good James. It's like this. So you start out, it's a mobile game. You're watching a cutscene, it opens up. You're watching a cutscene, and Richard's on the couch, and he's not break the world record for not wearing pants, which I don't think, that's not the plot of the episode, I don't think. But basically, what you do is the screen is divided in half, and whichever side of the screen you press on, Richard will go to that side of the screen. And you're trying to avoid the pants and collect the coins. You build up money, you get a high score for it, like it's 10 points for every like foot or meter or whatever you go. So I think this is a really easy concept to design for a game, because all you have to do is have two different planes, and every time you tap or interact with one side of the plane, you switch, and that's NASA. That's an obstacle you have to avoid. That's collectible. This is one of the earliest I did. But there's different power ups. There's different clothes, different levels, stuff like that. So I think when you break it down, it's super duper easy. Why did my stream change to autos and vehicles? That's not what this is. Silly YouTube. So silly. But I think this is a really easy starter up for a game. My only issue is I don't know what to make the game about. There was a similar game. There's a mini game. Back talking piano game. There's a game on My Talking Tom, if you had that growing up, where piano tiles would it's a piano tile game. If you've ever seen piano tile games, you know exactly what those are. But these screens are divided into 4 sections instead of 2, like we saw with Gumball. So if you tap anywhere on these 4 sections of the screen, it hits a tile. So this is another example of a game that could be used for inspiration. Just divide screen, different categories, different sections. Things to avoid, the white tiles. Things to click, black tiles. I think it is a very easy concept. I think for a mobile game, it's super easy to start out with. High score, well, good for you. But again, my issue, I don't know what to make the game about. We could do music. We could do climbing a tower. We could do... Actually, I should be writing this down. Hang on. We'll open that Word document in a second. Word. Click. Call this ideas. Great. So we could do top tower climbing game. We could do music tiles game. We could do something like something that has sections. Tetris? That's not the same. We could do Space Shooter. Sort of like with Galaga. You shoot up, but instead of like being able to move a joystick and like gradually move, you could just zip, zap, zop over to different sections. So a Space Shooter could work. Or any kind of shooter, actually. Any kind of shooter for that matter. Oh, I'm not. Hang on. I'm not sharing this tab. Up. Nope. That's the wrong one. What if I do this? Yep. Do that. Grab this. That's not open. So minimize that. Now can I do this? Mode. That's interesting. It's not letting me show you guys. Let me see. Because that's the wrong document. I don't want that one. Actually, here, wait. Just to make this easier, we will do this. We will open up that concept document. We're just going to do... Hate it. Don't do that. Nope. Do big font. Ideas. Little font. Oh, goodness. Oh, word. Absolutely not. Yep. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. I absolutely do not want this. Mailings, nope. Reference, nope. Layout. Mm-hmm. That was worse. That was worse. How did I make it worse? Terrible. Ideas big. Big ideas. Tiny ideas. I don't know how I fixed it, but I did. Good job, me. So, here's some of the ideas. We can do a tower climbing game like with Gumball. We do music tiles with Talking Tom. Do a space shooter like Galaga. I'm going to write references so I know what I'm talking about. Gumball. Tom talking. Yep. Talking. Space shooter. Do a Galaga clone. Any kind of shooter. I don't know. West. Spies. We could do... See, we got a shooter. We could do... What are some really common, really popular games we just take the concept, the basic ideas of, and break them down into nothing. Hmm. We could try and do a top-down game. No, I don't know how to do that. That's too complicated for me. Let's stick to 2D. Let's stick to basic 2D. Um. Okay, I'm gonna take initiative and take off music tiles because that means it has to be in rhythm of some kind, and I don't know how to program some music yet. So we'll stick with basic action. What could we do? Tower climbing, yeah. Space shooter, yep. Normal shooter, yep. What if we did some kind of building? Where if you press on a section of the screen, you could build a thing. Kinda. Like one of those mini games where the block's going across, and if you hit it at the right time to make the tower stack higher, and if you hit it at the wrong spot, it falls off. Maybe. Maybe. We'll think. Building slash structure. Okay, that's something. Let me see. Look this up. Games with sections. That's not gonna make any. Nope. Section Z. That's not what I meant. We could do sort of a choose your own adventure style game where you're in a hallway and on your left, your right are like two doors. And because the screen is divided into sections, you can choose which door to go down. That could lead to different things. We can make that scary, horror scary game. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's do choose your own adventure door path game. Great. I'm just gonna get rid of that because a shooter is a shooter. Okay, we have 4 ideas for our basic mobile screen section game. Which, if you weren't here a minute ago, how this is working is I'm taking information from things I've learned in my classes because I'm University for Game Design. We are making a game, a mobile game, where we are simplifying the structure of whichever game we're choosing from: tower climbing, shooter, building, whatever. We're breaking it down into its base components, which is game, shoot, build, whatever. We are using games that have sections. So you have a screen, and usually the game is divided into sections. So on a mobile game, if you tap a certain spot, different things happen. Some examples I used are Sky Streaker from Amazing World of Gumball and Piano Tiles. Those story games where if you hit a certain spot, either good or bad thing happens. So we have these options. We can do a tower climbing game where you tap on either side of the screen and you go up. You have to avoid obstacles, collect coins, do whatever. Any kind of shooter, I think would be easy. Like if you like Galaga, the aliens, monsters, creatures, whatever, they start descending down from the screen. You're at the bottom. You have to tap in the right spots to shoot at them. Building a building or structure, you have to tap in the right spot, right time, sort of thing, to make the building higher. I think that'd be super easy. And then a choose your own adventure door path game, which sounds a bit more narratively structured and more complicated. So maybe not that one. We're planting the roots. Because once we plant the roots, then we get the game. Today isn't design day. Today is come up with the idea of the game day. Which every game designer needs to do before they have a game. So, I think while this one is the most interesting, it's the next highest level from what we're operating at. So you can probably take that one out. Building a building or structure, I am going to pull up tabs. Yep. I don't know why the options the first thing that came up. Perfect. Okay, so this is good. Give me, can I have that? Yoink. Nope, WebP file. I don't want that. Do not give me that garbage. Give me this. Excellent. Call this one Richard. Any kind of shooter. Mobile. I don't know. Galaga. Because it fits the best way I can imagine. No. That's a Galaga mobile? Oh, get your baby into 80s gaming. I like it. Yikes. That's too big. That's not what I want, though. Maybe. WebP file. Again, I don't need a WebP file. Take me to the image. Take me to the image. Can I? No, I don't want to save it to my... Stop it. Oh, Pinterest, I hate you. Can you hear my 3D printer moving? I can't tell if it's loud and distracting or not. No, 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 no. I'm looking for reference images so I can put them on the screen and make it easier to understand what I'm doing. How about that? Can I have this? Terrible quality. How about that? That's worse. That's the same. Horrible. Better? WebP file. Yes. Thank you, Google, for making it easier. Okay. We have that. Tower stacking game. No. Video game. Not Jenga. Still not Jenga. I don't want this. Oh, you fools. Well, maybe Jenga. Maybe Jenga? Nope, that's WebP file. And Jenga. Jenga, Jenga, Jenga. Great. Got it. So we're going to take these files. Yes. We're going to take these 3 files. We're going to attempt to drag them over here. Oh, no. Oh, they take up a whole page. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay. Smaller. 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 Great. Whatever. So we have these 3 ideas for our game. We have tower climbing game, tap on either side, climb up the tower. You have shooter game, whether it be in space or cowboys or superheroes or ninjas or what. But you tap where the column that the aliens are coming down. You shoot at them. Or we have a tower stacking game, building structure game. We could do like a construction crew. I think that'd be neat. Do a construction crew of forklifts and wrecking balls and stuff. And every time you tap in the right spot, it like goes like chunk 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 chunk. And it builds the next layer like a hotel. I don't know how to do boat, so I'm just gonna think really hard about it. And if you have any ideas, you can please put them in the chat because I could use all the help I can get. Because designing a video game isn't a one-person job. It's the job of a community. Of a family. Why is this being all stupid? You make me frustrated. I think this one would be the easiest because it's a lot simpler. You have two sides. You have a good thing and you have a bad thing. You've got coins, the good thing, and then you have, in this case, clothes, the bad thing. We would have to figure out what like the story or plot is of this. But I think that one would be by far the easiest. Shooter would be okay. And then I'm not interested in the structure game. I'm not interested in the structure game. Oh no, it's gone. Oh. Aha! Great, don't need you anymore. Boop. Spy, superhero, space. Space. Does anybody have any ideas? Whether opinions on these ideas or other ideas for potential game genres. I'm very lenient towards the tower climbing one. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Aha! Oh! You can make a pole. Excellent. I'm learning more about streaming every day. Excuse me. Weird. No opinions, huh? No opinions. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure out some of this concept document that I am utilizing from school. Game title, don't know. Intended audience. Who's your game intended for? Who will enjoy it? People who enjoy mobile gaming. And because this is definitely gonna be like a time passing thing. Like you're in the doctor's office waiting room, and you just kind of want to rot your brain for a little bit. I think that's definitely what we're shooting for here. So my intended audience is people who enjoy mobile gaming and people who need to kill time. High concept. Describe your game in just a few sentences. Can't do that. Don't know what I'm doing. Genre. Type of game is it? What sort of games is it similar to? We'll figure that out. Description. The look and feel of your game. Don't know. Story. Don't know. Settings. Environment. Don't know. Features and gameplay. List the important features of your game and give examples of its gameplay. This section should complete the description. Games. Jigsaw points. Man, I don't know. I don't know what game I'm making yet. Hmm. Doing the boring part first, so the interesting part can be easier. Hmm. It's probably fine. My 3D printer is making noises. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Was there one vote? There was one vote. Was it? One vote's all I need. Because that is an outside opinion that I don't need verification for. Thank you. So, tower climbing game, which means I can use this. So this is the inspiration for don't push that button. The inspiration for the game. We will most likely do 2 sections, maybe 3, depending on what the plot and the gameplay is like. So game title. We get the least important step, probably. That's not true. It's the step we should save for last, because if you come up with a name and then you build the game, you're gonna want to build the game around the title. So we're gonna wait for the title, and then we'll build the game, and we can make the title based on the game after the game is figured out. So the intended audience is for people who enjoy mobile gaming, people who need to kill time. The high concept, describe your game in a few sentences. It is a game to kill time. You have to climb and or you have to climb a tower, climbing a tower. Oh, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. What if we did a game where you're climbing a tower or a very tall building, and what if it was like King Kong? What if it was like you had to climb a building, climb a tower? Would it be a good or stupid idea to not play as the hero? You'd be playing as King Kong? What if you played as King Kong, climbing a building, trying to get the girl or a person to the top without the police, news reporters, military, like, getting you? What if we did that? What if it was King Kong's Climb? What if it was King Kong Climb? Oh my gosh, we've made the whole game. Okay, well we'll run with it and see how we feel in a little bit. So the high concept of this game is going to be King Kong has captured. Is there a specific woman he captures? Is there like a lore specific one? Who does King Kong capture? I also don't own the rights to King Kong, so we'll have to change it probably. A large ape. Andaro. Her name is Andaro. Okay. Can't call him Ding Dong. Ping Pong. I almost said something that I'm not allowed to say, and was also very offensive. Um, Sing Song. Super Ape. I need monkey names. I need monkey names. King Kong. Big Fella. I like Big Fella. Ideas. Thank you, Ideas Page. His name could be Big Fella. The Gorilla? No, that's stupid. Because I don't want this to be one of those terrible, like, knockoff games you see in the App Store all the time. Like, My Talking Bob, or, you know, like, super crime stealing guy. Let's open it. This would be fun. Maybe this could be help us play store. I don't have the iPhone App Store because I don't use those. Boop. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that tab doesn't exist anymore. Why would you think about that? Mm-hmm. There it is. Okay. Games. Yes, we want games. We want phone. I want just the worst. Steal and Catch the Brain Rot? Yeah, that. Yeah, that. TDS Tower Destiny Survive. Like a really bad Balloons Tower Defense. Block Blast. Bad Tetris. What if I look up a really, really big game? Hello, Schneel. I have no idea how that works. They just let me. They said I was nice enough, and they let me. What's No, because Marvel Rivals. Let's see, because that's a big game. But very soon after the actual game, you get Rival. Rival. That's an official game, so that doesn't count. Give me the terrible knockoffs. Where are the terrible knockoffs? Are they cracking down on it? Okay, what if we did Call of Duty? That's easy. Mobile Season 7. Ew. This. Call of War 1942 Modern Combat 5 mobile FPS. This. This is the type of stuff that I'm saying I don't want to be. Gameloft. Isn't that aren't they the people who made Minions Hit and Run? Oh my gosh. Minions Hit and Run. Different game. Screw my game. Let's just play Linda Brown Interactive Story. Whoa. But you get my point, yes? You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to be one of the terrible knockoff games that you see in the App Store that just terribly rip off the actual games. I don't want that. So I don't want to say like Super Kong's something skull. I want this to be loosely inspired by King Kong. This is not going to be a paid game because, I don't want to charge people for little baby's first game. Everyone agree with Shinyo. Subscribe, please. Please subscribe. Thank you, Shinyo. I appreciate you being here. If you are a bot, I will find you, and I will destroy you. But if you're a person, I thank you for being here. So, names for monkey. Big fella. I think that one's fun. That one's silly. We could do monkey names. Edgar. Edgar. Great. Good monkey name. Big fella, Edgar. Those names are stupid. A part of me wants to say just Adam the ape or Abraham the ape or A something the ape. Because he's not a monkey. Monkeys have tails. So he's an ape. He is a gorilla. Gorilla. Greg. Nope. Kind of funny. Grant. Can't say King Kong. What? Because he's a kaiju. He's a leviathan. He is a larger than life creature. Kaiju. Kaiju Kong. King Kaiju. Ape. Ape Kaiju. Koju. If I say sounds, eventually they'll come together to form a word. Kaiju. I'm not opposed to like King Kaiju or Kaiju Kong. I'm against Kaiju Kong actually. King Kaiju. I like that one. But that sounds like an off-brand King Kong, which it is. We can work out the details later. King Kaiju has captured Princess, the Queen, the President, the pretty news reporter, the subway guy, the trash collector. Who did King Kaiju capture? King Kaiju capture. King Kaiju is captured. King Kaiju has captured. News reporter, mayor, princess, queen, president, vice president. That's something you don't see a lot of. Excuse me. You don't see a lot of vice president representation in video games. Has captured the vice president of the United States, which is where I live. He must dodge obstacles while white climbing the city's tallest building and reach the top. Easy peasy. What type of game is it? What sort of games is it similar to? What type of game is it? It is a time passing game. It is a 2D. I want to say a platformer. It's meant to be endless, I think. I don't know if we're looking for an end. 2D top-down scroller. Endless. It's a really tall building. Scroller. It is similar to Sky Streaker. Describe look and feel of your game. Briefly describes the game world, the players. I'm using, for game design, I'm going to be using Unity because my computer cannot handle streaming and Unreal Engine 5 at the same time. Because it is doing its best. Briefly the game, briefly describe the game world, the players in place, and so on. One step at a time, one step at a time. Look and feel, it is 2D. A 2D top down, like I said a minute ago. Game. With what kind of sort of cartoon graphics? It's not going to be realistic. It's going to be, we're going to start off, everything's going to be cubes, but we'll eventually work our way to like sprites, characters, models, stuff like that. 2D top-down game with simple graphics. Enough said. Briefly describe the game world, players' place in it, so on. The game world. It's Earth. The game is set in the U.S. of A. Yeah, I got it. The player takes on the role of a kaiju-sized gorilla. And that's it. Get more detail other than the high concept section above. I mean, what more do you need? It's a monkey climbing a tower. I feel like Monkey knows why he's climbing a tower. The game is, we said it was endless already. The player must dodge obstacles such as the military, sure. Falling debris because earthquake or something. And they must collect power-ups. Get as far as possible. Great. The story. What is the game's story? Well, monkey small. Monkey radioactive. Monkey big. Monkey want to make political statement. Monkey Democrat. Monkey Democrat. Monkey libertarian. Monkey pro-choice. What is monkey? What is your game's story? Why is the player here and what is she doing? What is his or her eventual goal? Even if the game doesn't have an explicit story, which characters... Thank you. Boop. Don't need that. What is your game's story? We'll start with that question. My game story. A research facility. And pick a state. Somebody pick a state. Pick a state. Pick a state. It's about to be facility, and because if the kaiju monkey has the resources to get to the vice president, he's either in the New England area or the vice president took a holiday to what? Michigan? Where do they do a lot of research? Where's MIT? Where is MIT? Where is MIT? Massachusetts. Okay, that's up there. Okay, great. That makes sense. Oh no. Massachusetts. Shoot. I don't know how to spell Massachusetts. Was doing animal testing, because of course they were, for a new steroid birth control. The facility was doing animal testing for a new shampoo. Shampoo, of course. For a new shampoo. However, comma, this bottle of shampoo. No, wait, go back. However, comma, one of the ingredients in the shampoo was plutonium. Whoa. Plutonium. Hang on the poll. Hang on. Thank you, everybody who voted in the poll. I appreciate your feedback. Now, the ape that was being tested on has grown into the size of a small house, small trailer, size of a Casey's gas station? No. That wouldn't make any sense at all, would it? It's grown into the size of a semi-truck? That's comprehensible. Semi-truck. Grown, I don't like that. Grown to the size of a semi-truck. But now where's the vice president come in? The vice president, let me see. Research facility in Massachusetts was doing animal testing for new shampoo. However, one of the ingredients in the shampoo was plutonium. That's good. That is good plot. Now the ape that was being tested on has grown to the size of a semi-truck. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The vice president of the U.S. was visiting the facility for what? Safety, security, authorization. For Why did the vice president visit Wisconsin or Massachusetts? Doesn't matter. For we're not talking about a real vice president here. We're talking about a hypothetical made up vice president. Was visiting the facility for to see his wife because his wife works at the facility. Yes. The kaiju-sized ape picked up the vice president and is starting to climb top of the research facility. The ape, this is important, plans to do no harm. I mean, because it's a show don't tell, right? So how would you show? How would you show that he's peaceful? Because the ape needs a goal. Why is he climbing to the top of the tower? Why is he kidnapped the vice president? I assume it's in protest to animal testing. And the ape wants to get to the top of the building to show, because they're going to report about it, obviously. He knows they're going to report about it. He wants to show all the news helicopters and vans and reporters and stuff that animal testing is bad. But how do you show that without explicitly saying it? We're kind of covering this part right now. The ape. Why is the ape doing what he's doing? Okay, we can say it now for the story, and then we can come back. So the ape wants to stop animal testing and protest against the facility. He wants to send a message and do no physical harm to the VP. Great. Settings and environment. List and briefly detail the settings and environments which your game takes place, where the players in your game, where you should go. So we'll probably do some sort of like intro, cutscene, storyboard, slideshow of the events happening in the story, because you need to know what happens. So we'll say research facility hyphen inside, and then research facility building outside. Here, let's do cutscene, and here we'll go gameplay. Easy peasy. Features and gameplay. List important features of the game and give examples of gameplay. The section will complement the description section above, not duplicate it, but will list work well. Has gameplay features setting. Features and gameplay. Bullet list. So it's going to be sections, or screen sections. The screen is divided to sections for the player to tap to move. So movement will be shoot, movement, character moves. Great. Avoid obstacles. Let's move out of the way of falling debris. Falling debris. We collect power-ups. Power-ups. Collect power-ups. We have to list the power-ups, but I don't want to do that right now. Power, stop it. Power-up types, question mark? Great. We'll do that at a different point, because I'm getting tired. What are your game's unique selling points? Climb a building endlessly while playing as a righteous ape. Bet you never seen that before. Okay. Yay. Great. Oh, we didn't come up with a name. We'll come up with a name, yeah, sure. So, we have an ape. We climb building. We have kidnapped the vice president. We are against animal testing. Got it. Kaiju climb. And just to double check, we're going to make sure that game does not already exist. Kaiju climb. Dibs, mine. I'm taking it. That's my name. Kaiju climb concept. Oops. Okay. I think that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. If you joined, I appreciate you being here. We're going to come back and revisit this a different time. But I want to go watch TV. Thank you.